Hello, all you film freaks and movie maniacs out there. My name is Nolan Carr, and I'd like to welcome you to the go-to podcast for all things cinema. But before you can ask any questions, just sit back, relax, as I present to you a Strawlane Studio Productions Critiquing with Carr. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another edition of Critiquing with Carr on this wonderful, memorable movie Monday. I'm so happy we're back for another episode of this great podcast. Before we begin, let's go over a few ground rules as we usually do. How this usually works is I'll talk about who was behind the camera and make it possible, who was in front of the camera and make it possible, its box office total, how it did during award season, its competition. Then I will discuss my likes and dislikes and ranking out of 10 Diamond Daves. Because on this week's edition of Memorable Movie Monday, we're talking about the 1946 classic It's a Wonderful Life. The director for this film was Frank Capra. The screenwriters for this film were Francis Goodrich, Albert Hackett, Frank Capra, and there were some additional scenes that were written by Joe Swirling. It was based off the book called The Greatest Gift by Philip Van Dorenstern. It was also produced by Frank Capra, and the cast is as follows: James Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore, Thomas Mitchell, Henry Travers, Beulah Bondi, Ward Bond, Frank Phelan, and Gloria Graham. The cinematography for this film was done by the two Josephs, which were Joseph Walker and Joseph Baroque. This movie was edited by William Hornbeck. The music was done by Dmitry Tiomkin. The production company for this film was Liberty Films, and it was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. The limited release date was December 20th of 1946, and the wide release date was January 7th of 1947. The runtime was 131 minutes. The budget for this movie was $3.18 million, and the box office total was $3.3 million. At the Academy Awards, it was nominated for Best Picture, Frank Capra was nominated for Best Director, James Stewart was nominated for Best Actor, it was nominated for Best Film Editing, and it was also nominated for Best Sound Recording. At the Golden Globe Awards, it was only nominated for Best Drama Motion Picture, and at the National Film Preservation Board, it was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress in 1990 for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. And now it's time for one of my favorite parts, which is an eye list off the top 10 highest grossing films of that year's release, being 1946. Coming number 10 is Night and Day. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $7.5 million, and it stars Cary Grant, Alexis Smith, Monty Woolley, Mary Martin, Jane Wyman, Dorothy Malone, Eve Arden, and Alan Hale. Coming number 9 is Margie. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $10 million, and it stars Jeanne Crane, Glenn Langan, Glenn Barry, and Hattie McDaniel. Coming number 8 is Gilda. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. It also had a worldwide gross of $10 million, and it stars Rita Hayworth, Glenn Ford, George McCready, and Joseph Kalia. Coming number 7 is The Postman Always Rings Twice. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $12 million, and it stars Lana Turner, John Garfield, Cecil Kellaway, and Hume Cronyn. Point number 6 is Blue Skies. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $14.3 million, and it stars Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, and Joan Caulfield. Coming number 5 is The Jolson Story. It was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $19 million, and stars Larry Parks, Evelyn Keyes, William Demarest, and Bill Goodwin. Coming number 4 is Duel in the Sun. It was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $20.4 million. It stars Jennifer Jones, Joseph Cotton, and Gregory Peck. Coming number 3 is The Best Years of Our Lives. It was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $23.6 million, and it stars Myrna Loy, Frederick March, Dana Andrews, Teresa Wright, and Virginia Mayo. Coming number 2 is Notorious. It was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $24.5 million. It stars Cary Grant, Ingrid Bergman, Claude Rains, Louise Calhern, and Leopoldine Constantin. Coming number 1 as the highest grossing film of 1946 was Sound of the South. It was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. It had a worldwide gross of $49.5 million, and it stars Ruth Warwick, Lucille Watson, Hattie McDaniel, James Baskett, Bobby Driscoll, and Luana Patton. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, my review of It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life, directed by Frank Capra and released in 1946, remains a beloved classic in American cinema, particularly during the holiday season. James Stewart's iconic performance as George Bailey and the timeless message of hope and redemption have solidified its place in cinematic history. However, upon closer examination, the film reveals both its strengths and weaknesses. The film opens with enchanting music that sets a whimsical tone, drawing viewers into the storybook-like world of Bedford Falls. Voiceovers and nostalgic visuals contribute to the film's charm, offering a glimpse into the filmmaking of the 1940s. This nostalgic ambience not only evokes a sense of warmth and familiarity, but also serves as a gentle introduction to the story's themes of community and resilience. One of the film's greatest strengths lies in its portrayal of family dynamics. The relationships within the Bailey family are richly depicted, adding depth to the characters and their interactions. From George's loving but overbearing mother to a supportive yet ambitious brother, each family member contributes to the tapestry of Bedford Falls, creating a sense of authenticity and relatability. George's evolving romance with Mary is a highlight, showcasing his transformation from reluctance to genuine affection. The chemistry is palpable, offering moments of tenderness and humor amidst the film's heavier themes. Memorable characters such as the crotchety man in the wooden wheelchair and Clarence the guardian angel add layers to the narrative, enhancing the viewer's engagement. Despite their limited screen time, these characters leave a lasting impression, serving as catalysts for George's journey of self-discovery. The film's climax, where George hits rock bottom and Clarence intervenes, marks a turning point in the story's momentum. The sequence where Clarence shows George the alternate reality is particularly impactful, highlighting the profound impact one individual can have on the lives of others. Through this lens, George gains a newfound appreciation for his own existence, realizing the interconnectedness of humanity and the ripple effects of his actions. This pivotal moment encapsulates the film's central message of redemption and second chances, resonating with audiences of all ages. Despite its many strengths, It's a Wonderful Life is not without its flaws. The pacing falters after George's introduction to Mary, with certain scenes, like the dancing sequences, feeling disconnected from the overall narrative. While these moments add levity to the film, they detract from its emotional resonance, diluting the impact of George's internal struggle. Awkward moments, such as the car scene after George and Mary's wedding, detract from the film's charm and authenticity. The abrupt shift in tone feels jarring, pulling viewers out of the story's immersive world. Additionally, the middle portion of the film, spanning from George starting a family to his suicidal thoughts, feels slow and lacks the same level of engagement as other parts. This stagnation stifles the film's momentum, making it challenging for viewers to remain fully invested in George's plight. Furthermore, George's excessive cluelessness when confronted with the alternate reality feels contrived and diminishes the impact of the film's message. While his initial confusion is understandable given the surreal nature of Clarence's intervention, his prolonged disbelief borders on incredulity, straining the film's credibility. This narrative misstep undermines the emotional depth of George's transformation, leaving viewers feeling disconnected from his journey of self discovery. The ending, while heartwarming, falls slightly short of delivering a truly satisfying conclusion. While George's redemption is undeniably moving, resolution feels rushed, leaving certain plot threads unresolved. As a result, the film's emotional payoff is somewhat diminished, preventing it from achieving its full potential. In conclusion, It's a Wonderful Life is a classic film with enduring appeal thanks to James Stewart's remarkable performance and its timeless message of redemption. While the film boasts memorable characters and poignant moments, it struggles with pacing issues and occasional lapse in authenticity. Despite its flaws, It's a Wonderful Life remains a must-watch for its heartfelt portrayal of the human spirit and the enduring power of community. Whether viewed as a Christmas tradition or a timeless classic, it continues to captivate audiences with its message of hope and resilience. However, though, with all that being said, I'm only able to rank this movie a 6 out of 10 on the Diamond Dave scale. Before we end this review today, I just want to leave you with a few things. If you've enjoyed this review today on Memorable Movie Monday, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following on the audio platforms, clicking on our like button so we know you enjoy the episode, turn on post notifications so you can stay up to date on those platforms when new episodes release, as well as clicking that share arrow so you can help continue to grow the podcast with all your friends and family. Also, if you want other ways to stay up to date with the podcast, follow us on Instagram at Critiquing with Carr. And with that being said, my film freaks and cinephiles, happy viewing.